Going to chat really quickly. So I talked about the Castle projects last week. For those who are away, I reported it up there if you want to watch it. But the gist of it is, I've created, it's a multiple choice, choose your own adventure style project. So there is 2 options you can choose. Okay, we went over them last time. I've added a couple of little extra pieces to both those assignments to help you in your choice, which I'm going to go over now. So, 2 options. Alright, so option 1, as I go over it again, is an individual project. You're doing this one by yourself. Okay? You've got the PDF, it's on the iTunes U course, you can download it from there. Alright? The reason why I've got everything on the iTunes U course, obviously, is if I make any changes like I have here and update it updates automatically, so that's the best place for it. So that is your best place to get the latest and greatest updated information. That's where you go. So, option 1, individual project. So as you saw from the actual project PDF that I gave you, it's a detailed step-by-step project. So, this is for those of you, okay, that like to do research and write detailed responses. Okay? So I'm trying to cater for diversity, I'm trying to personalise your learning so it's personalised to you guys, okay? And also, of course, remember to include all your references. As this project, option 1, is a written, in most cases it's going to be probably a written one, you need to make sure you include those references, okay? So this is, again, for those of you that like research and writing detailed responses, that's what I'm targeting audience of this one. But, you can also be extra creative if you wish. Okay, Jordan? This is the extra add-on you can do with this. So, there is a section in there about drawing and labelling a castle. It's kind of boring. But, if you don't like drawing, or you do, you can do other things. If you want, why don't you build your castle in Minecraft and label it that way? You can actually build the whole thing, alright? Record it as a video, and there is your castle. Now, obviously, it needs to be accurate, okay? So, you can't just build some amazing 28-story castle with laser beams. It needs to be accurate. So, there's also another bit in there, in that part 1, about your castle being attacked. Okay, again, you can write this out if you want to, or you can make a Lego stop motion if you want to. Okay, so even though option 1 is much more, I guess, detailed in terms of writing and research, you still, of course, can be creative. Alright, it's completely up to you. These are just suggestions. Okay, you can do whatever you like to represent that information in those 6 topics that are in there. Okay, so that's option 1. That's your individual project. All right, head to the iTunes U channel. It has the PDF. It also has a couple of videos on there as well, just as a little bit of reference. Now, option 2. Option 2 is a group project. Option 2 involves more than one person. You can do it by yourself if you wish, but in this one, you're allowed to have more than one person. I've got a maximum of 3 people. Okay, no more than 3. And you need to speak to me first and tell me who is going to be in your group if you're going to do this option. Okay, so this project is much more creative and expressive. Okay, this is for those of you that like to use other forms of media to express your ideas and work from a client brief. Now, this is something new you probably haven't done before unless you had me for possibly media, Jordan. Okay, a client brief is, so a client or a businessman comes up to you and he has a little brief and he says, right, this is what I want you guys to produce for me. I want you to make me a commercial. I want you to make me an advertisement for a product, okay? My brief in here is about making a training video, okay? So as we went over last week, we looked at 80s training videos because I just thought they were awesome and I love the 80s. But, okay, I've said with this one, if the 80s theme is a bit tricky, which it is, it's very tricky to do well, that's fine. You can try different themes if you want to. You can make a documentary. Okay, you can do attacking castles for dummies, that kind of, the old how-to books, okay? You can do that as well. Okay, you can do a reenactment if you want to. That's fine, okay? If you don't do the 80s theme, you have different choices. Or, it's up to you, as long as you let me know how you're going to do this. Again, this, I believe, is the harder of the 2 projects to do. It'll probably be the more enjoyable, but it'll be the harder, because not only do you need to represent all the information accurately, you're going to try and do it in this kind of brief that I've set out for you. Okay? So that's your 2 options. Option 1, option 2. That's the class recording we had of the day, and that's awesome fire safety video, which you should all watch. So, that's what you're doing. Now, what I need, after I talk about my next thing here, is I will need everyone to come up and tell me, actually what I might do is get you to just do it on the blog. That would probably be easier. You need to post if you're doing option 1 or option 2. If you're doing, not yet guys, if you're doing option 1, tell me if you're going to be using something, if you're going to use Minecraft, or if you're going to use a Keynote, or if you're just going to do it straight up poster style. I want you to tell me that. Guys, don't do your own process yet. If you're doing option 2, I want you to tell me what theme you're going to use, hopefully the 80s theme, and maybe give me a rough idea of how you're going to do it. So we're not doing that yet, we're doing that soon. Alright, that is that. Are we good to move on? Yes. Excellent, okay, so I will check the weekly research questions in a second. I'm going to go through those. The Castle one was a fairly easy one. Now, I'm going to give you weekly research question 3. This one's a bit more fun, just because I want it to be. So,
Number 3.
Let's go to this one here. Alright, I thought we talked about the 80s. Let's bring it on up to the 90s. So, weekly research question 90s edition. This is what we're doing for this one. And by we, I mean you guys. Alright, castles were designed to be a symbol of power, to protect the king and be a fortress and place of safety in a battle. We know that. So, for this week's WRQ, I thought I would allow you to be a bit creative. Creativity. So, you have to bear with me for this one, okay? Let's imagine that Woodend is under attack, okay? And Braemar is going to be your castle.
It's a Braemar house.
It's Braemar House, as in this Braemar complex. Like we said, Braemar is kind of like a Motte and Bailey. You know, we've got Braemar House being the keep. It's kind of up high. And then you've got all the surrounding buildings being our... Exactly. And pretty much. I mean, we've got kitchens, we've got cellars, we've got all this kind of stuff. Hold on 1 second, Clay. So, Woodend is under attack. Braemar is going to be your castle. And like I said, while you're at it, you guys can be the king. So remember what happens when you attack a castle. You go into that king, you kill the king, castle's yours. So, this is your WRQ for this week, okay? Which will be due next Monday. How would you defend Braemar from a siege? And how will you keep your people, i.e. classmates, you can kill some of them. Some of them I'll probably let go. How would you, don't name names, if you're saying, well, I'm going to send Bo out to be my messenger if he gets his head cut off. Well, you know. Let's not do that. I like Bo's head, it's very nice. So, remember, ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk in a second. Remember, not only do you need to defend your people from attack, but you need to feed them as well. Because remember, in that last video we saw with the siege, Jack, okay, they get surrounded, they sit there, they can wait them out, you know, they cut off their water supply, which can happen here. We're going to be able to get our water supply cut off. Our water supply is actually halfway up the mountain up there. So we're okay with water, but our gas supply will have no heating. Electricity is easy to cut off.
Are we going to be like based in the 16th century?
No, based in today.
We have time to prepare.
Alright, so guys, based in today is creative thinking, it's based in today, but Jesse, Jordan, it needs to kind of also be based in reality. For instance, we're not getting laser turrets at Braemar House anytime soon. Not going to happen. So what's going to happen, let's say, I can work in my Last of Us angle, let's say we have this disease, this outbreak, like a plant fungal disease, that affects people's brains and make them go crazy, okay, a la Last of Us, which I've just finished so I can talk about it now. And all these people are swarming, they're attacking Braemar House. This is our last stand, okay? What could you do to protect this place within, say, maybe a week's time frame? You've got a week's notice.
Did you say that there's like a drawbridge in
No. This is literally Braemar House. So, no guns here. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me talk please. So, guys, we don't have guns, we don't have tanks, unfortunately. But we don't have a moat, but we do have a fairly long drive to come up here. Okay, we're surrounded by bush, which you know, the invaders don't. Okay, we've got cellars down here. I don't know if you've been, Berg, I don't know if you've been around here. We've got cellars. Okay, we've got underground passages. There are secret passages in this place. My office has a passage just in front of you. You can actually go in. There are many fireplaces which lead to all over the place. Alright, so this place is pretty cool. So, how would you defend us? Okay, and how would you keep the people safe? So we've talked about our water supply. We have our own water supply. That's pretty good. We've got a kitchen. We've got a fair bit of food. If you've been down to the chef's area, there's a fair bit of food there. Weapons, we've got basketballs. So, we've got a tower. Lads, ladies, we've got the tower, which has a fairly good vantage point. You can see quite a lot. You can see quite a lot from that tower. Alright, in terms of communication, now, our internet is actually a microwave dish, so they can cut off the phone lines, we'll still be fine with the internet, we can still get information out, we can still talk to people, we're pretty lucky there. So I want you to think about all those things. You have a week to do this one. This is a creative one, obviously, so I'm giving you a fair bit of time, but I want you to kind of have a bit of fun, but also take it a little bit seriously as well. Something like this, I'm expecting about, I want about a page. I want you to think about this. I want you to think about it, alright? The past couple of WRQs, lads and ladies, the past WRQs have been, some have been very detailed, some have been very brief. So this one I actually want to be quite detailed. Alright, about a page. Alright, so, inspiration. Because this sounds like the plot of this could be a movie. Because it is. I don't know about you guys, Toy Soldiers, I loved this movie when I was your age. It's awesome. It's got the Hobbit guy, but he's like really young and stuff. And it's got Will Wheaton. So, here is your inspiration. This is 1991. Alright, here we go. Let's hope this works for us. If not, I've got it downloaded just in case. Alright, here we go.
The Regis School for Boys, where the country's best families
Hey, bring that back here.
see the world's worst students.
They're gonna kick me out, kick me out.
There's been 4 prep schools in 4 years. You're trying for the Guinness Book of Records.
But these boys are in for a real shock.
If you do not produce my father unharmed,
I will begin executing the hostages.
I'm sure by now you have discovered who their parents are.
Chairman of the Armed Services Committee, Vice Chairman of the Republican Party.
What does your father do? A young contractor?
According to this, he owns the 3rd largest construction company in the world.
He's a contractor.
My boys, many of them, they have a real problem with authority.
Are you with me or not?
Of course we must.
If you get shot, we're gonna be PO'd.
I have the assault force in the staging area 5 minutes away.
I've seen these orange wires. These are wired to explosives.
The kid can get the other students out of the line of fire.
If any one of these wires is cut, they will explode.
This kid has been kicked out of 2 schools.
Well, 3 schools.
Yeah. No. That's a detonator.
He's got guts. He's a leader. If Billy says he can do it, I gotta believe he can.
It's the signal. You're right. We're really gonna do this? You bet.
Toy soldiers.
Awesome. So much awesome. Alright, so Toy Soldiers is, from 1991. I was probably about like 8 when I watched it. But I don't think I actually saw it till I was probably 12. It was amazing. It's so good. It's so good. But it's the 90s. So the plot is essentially this private school, which when you look at it, it actually looks a lot like Braemar. It's a boarding school and it gets taken over by terrorists, obviously. Because all the kids at the boarding school, their parents are like super powerful, like they're in the UN and they're really rich and all that kind of stuff. So this terrorist takes over and he says, if you don't release my dad, who is a crazy Spanish man, go Go figure. Who looks a lot like my dad. If you don't release him, I'm going to kill all these kids. And so, I'm not going to spoil the ending for you because it's amazing. The Hobbit guy and Will Wheaton and the other two guys, alright, they kind of figure out a way. It's like Home Alone, but with like kind of crazy terrorists and rocket launchers. And so what they do is they try and figure out a way, only with the stuff they have at their school, alright, so amazing, to not only defend the school, but to destroy the terrorists. Do they I don't know. Well, I do. But anyway, it's an amazing movie, and you all need to watch it. I'm not sure what it's rated. Hopefully it's PG, so I don't get trouble. It's cool. It's the 90s, everything was PG. Yes?
What if you find rocket launchers?
No, not going to happen. So, that is your WRQ for this week. Alright, ladies, Clay's up now. So,
I was surprised that a Finn Braemar didn't have any weapons.
well, they didn't have weapons, and the Hobbit guy figured it out. Sorry? So, guys,
I think we're going to be able to defend the school.
you can defend the school. Why can't you pull up?
Boiling hot olive oil.
Exactly! Boiling hot olive oil, we've got the tower at the top there, we can keep that over there. Alright, we can lock the doors, we can hide in the cellars.
Oh, so we use the buses to like barricades.
Yeah, you can do that.
But the buses have to do it. Yeah, but attack at night. Yeah, the buses are like light buses.
No, it's alright! Everyone quiet, please, so we can move on! Right. I didn't say it was a terrorist attack. I just said it was under siege. And you're not going home. You're trapped. Because you're the king! Right, you're the king. You can't leave your people. Yes, you can.
Pretty much the Walking Dead.
Yeah, let's go one. Alright, everyone! Stop talking, please. Lads, ladies, I'm glad you're excited. I'll take 2 more questions and then we'll move on. Lockie.
What are the people attacking have?
It's up to you. They can be, like I said, they can have a fungal disease that grows in their brain, and then they become all like flickery and stuff. Yes, we can watch those after today's lesson. I'm fine with that. Alright! Ladies and gentlemen! So that is it. That's all the talking you'll have of me, probably for the rest of the week. So, what I need you to do is, in the next 10 minutes, figure out your choices for your castle assignment. Do you want to go option 1 or option 2? Think about it carefully. Okay? Lads, I'm still talking, please. Guys, can I finish talking, please? It's your time. So, when you have decided, I want you to go to the actual castle assignments post. I want you to reply. I want you to say, I'm doing option 1. I'm probably going to use a bit of Minecraft, or I might make a stop motion, or I might make a keynote, or whatever. Tell me what you're going to do. If you're saying, I'm going to do option 1, I'm going to make a poster, that's cool. I want you to do that. If you're doing option 2, I want you to choose that. I want you to say, I'm doing option 2, my theme will be, I'm going to do some awesome 80s video, and it's going to look like this, or something. That's it. Alright? That's all I want you to do. I want you to do that in the next 10 minutes, and then we'll actually start these projects. Remember, in terms of resources, you have the iTunes U channel, obviously, but you have the Castles multi-touch book that I made for you that has all the information about castles. It also has the how things work articles. It also has videos, okay? Use that, ladies, but also use your own research. Remember to reference all of this stuff. Okay, that's it. 10 minutes. Let's figure out your choices. Please read through them both carefully.
In our weekly research question, could we find survivors? Like, what if there's a huge zombie apocalypse and we find survivors? Like, people come here for help. Yeah. And they've got guns. Yes. Yeah.
No guns.
Oh!
No guns.
Why would they go? Could we have a black guy, katana? Can we take Nick's katana? Nick has katanas on the channel.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't say different katanas. I wouldn't have that written down.
Here's all these katanas. Nick, you have to bring Nick, you have to bring the katana. Whack this up. Yeah, I have a sharpening stone. I have a sharpening stone. Clay and I can just bring our sharpening stone. Hey, we can just go down.
Awesome. All right. So we've got them happening. This is cool. This is really cool. So it is. What time is it? All right. By 9:30, guys. Everyone needs to have decided what they're doing. Those doing option 2, you need to work out your group of maximum of 3, and you need to see me. So we can chat about that. You have 9 minutes, and then we start with projects.
Lockie's like good at this.
No, who's the first one?
Actually, Lockie.
And then refresh this one last time. I assume if you're in a group, you put both names down on the comment, hence I have a few less comments. Let's have a little look. What have we got? Option 1. Where are we? And then we'll watch that too, and then we'll start, because that's just awesome. Option 1, Minecraft, yes. Bandicam to record it at home, good. Keynote pages, probably do it in books. So option 1. So, Jared, so everyone, again, these options are for you. I know, oh, Minecraft is cool, I like Minecraft, but think about it, it's difficult, okay? That's not, it'll be awesome if you pull it off, okay? But think about it in the fact that it is going to be tricky to do, okay? And I'm still marking these as a whole as well. Obviously, you know how much I love creativity, so I really, I end up gravitating towards that. But, Minecraft, yes, stop motion, yes, but make sure you think about it and see if you can accomplish it, okay? Give it a go. I'd rather you have a completed project, and so would you, than you spend all this time on Minecraft and you haven't done anything else. That's not going to help you. So, by all means, give it a go, try it out, it'll be awesome, but make sure that you think about these things, how you're going to do them, okay? Because I'm giving you quite a lot of freedom, but you need to then be in control of what you're doing, because I'm not going to be there to help you out. Keynote or poster, option 1, poster or booklet, option 1. Option 2 with Steph, have not decided yet. Well, obviously, you need to decide in the next minute, Alicia. Option 2 with Cecilia, you need to tell me, remember what I said, guys? You need to tell me what it is that you're working on, so please do that in the next few minutes. Here we go. Option 2, Foo Fam, Ash Hogan and Aaron Robbins. Definitely 80s video. Thank you very much, lads. Option 2, there we go. They've come on board. Option 2. Alright, so again, you're going to add a bit of detail there. Medieval Day, ladies and gentlemen. What I am proposing that I want to do at Medieval Day is I want to play those that are doing option 2. Okay? I want to get a selection of those. And I want to play them when at Medieval Day we have this feast section. I want to play these videos to the entire Year 8 cohort. So, here's the trick. Not only will you then be proving to the other classes how awesome we all are, I will get them to choose a winner out of those videos, and there will be a prize.
What's the prize?
At this stage, I'm thinking maybe iTunes gift cards or something. They're kind of like free and easy to do. So, option 2ers. Again, little bonus, because I know how much work this is going to be. Little bonus for you guys to show your work to all of your 8, prove how amazing you are. But also remember, they will be watching it with they'll be scrutinising this video because they didn't get to do this. So they'll be looking for ways to say, oh, that's not accurate, that's not correct. Alright, so we have to prove them right. Okay, we can do this kind of stuff, we can have some fun. Right. Exactly! No, wait, prove it wrong. Yeah, prove me right. That we can create accurate, guys, you can create accurate, interesting, responses that allow you to be creative, have fun, and use ICT and all that jazz. So, that's it from me. We're going to start, I think just for the 80s, we have to end. Let's end with this one, because fire safety is important.
Great show tonight, everybody, but first, I was cleaning out my office the other day. I was making room for a new beanbag chair.
And remember, we did fire safety recently.
This box of old VHS tapes. They were made in the 80s by this production company called Video Vision. There was one in particular that I thought was really informative. It's about fire safety. Here, take a look.
Very important.
Hi, I'm James Fallon, host of The Late Night with Jimmy Fallon. and today I'm here to talk about the important issue of fire safety. Fires are the leading cause of death and injury in the working place and at home. So let's talk for a moment about how best to achieve the important goal of fire safety.
Welcome to Jimmy Fallon's Guide to Fire Safety.
Fire safety is no laughing matter. To avoid getting burned by a fire, when you see a fire, do not touch the fire.
With special effects.
Instead, put out the fire. Once the fire is out, congratulate yourself on the fire being out.
You're out! Have you seen the splits? Oh, how good is the splits great? So good.
In the event of an indoor fire, proceed to the nearest exit in a calm and orderly fashion.
Oh, I saw people wearing whitewashed jeans in the weekend. Apparently it's fashion again.
After arriving at an exit, immediately leave through an exit. If the exit is obstructed, do not panic.
A brief history of fire. Fire was invented by the ancient cave peoples of Canada and continues to be popular among cave peoples of today.
A popular way of extinguishing fires is by using a fire extinguisher. To engage the fire extinguisher, pull the pin from the handle with a fluid side. There, fire extinguished. The best way to prevent a fire is to never start one. So for safety's sake, refrain from smoking cigarettes. Reduce your risk of fire. Keep your home or working place free from the following flammable items: matches, electricity cords, oil-soaked rags, gasoline-soaked hay, regular hay, dragons, things that are on fire. If your body decides to become on fire, remember the following rule. First, stop. Then, drop. Then, roll. Now that's some fire safety. Get fired up about it.
Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this brief instructional video about fireplace safety. And from all of us at the Late Night with Jimmy Fallon, stay safe.
Lovely.
What an informative video. I feel safer already.
Awesome. Alright. So that's it. Let's get working on this work now.
I feel
Well, wait, what in class?